What do you get when you cross a group of holy Catholic knights and Halloween? Well, if FGO is anything to go by, you get something very, very lewd. Hello everyone, Soberoni of GNA Reviews here with a first impressions look at Fate's very own big titty goth GF, Jacques de Molay. Now this is a first impressions video, so it isn't going to be as in-depth as the traditional spotlight videos, but hopefully if you are a JP player, I can give you a good idea of whether Jacques is worth rolling for or not, and if you're an NA player, well maybe you'll have something to look forward to. So if you're ready to Deus Volt into this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring my bell so that you can catch all of these first impression videos as they go up and you can help out the channel. Also, if you'd be so inclined, do become a part of our community over on Twitch and join us for our FGO streams. Link is in the description. But for now, let's take a look at Jacques. Jacques is a 5-star foreigner with a double quick double buster deck. Her first skill is a powerful charisma that also increases the party's crit damage, charges their NP gauge, and grants them the evil trait. Her second skill grants herself and all her evil allies invincibility and also charges her NP gauge. And finally, her last skill is a stronger version of Innocent Monster that not only generates crit stars every turn, but also increases her own quick card effectiveness and damage against cursed enemies. And that bonus damage against cursed enemies is especially pertinent because her Noble Phantasm is a quick AoE attack that curses all enemies and also buffs her own NP damage. Jacques is a rather versatile servant that has a lot going on in her kit, and she definitely has that I can do a little bit of everything kind of feel to her. But if I had to classify her into a role, I'd say she's best suited as a semi-support or as a farmer in Scotty teams. From a semi-support perspective, she does have a lot of strong general utility that can be useful on just about any team. She has good team-wide damage steroids in her charisma and crit buff, team-wide NP charge to enable farming comps like Helena, and she even has great defensive utility with her party-wide invincibility. These are all skills that can benefit just about any team, and they can make her especially strong in challenging story content. Beyond that, she also works extremely well as a star generator, both due to her Innocent Monster skill, as well as her naturally high hit count. Jacques can easily support the team with dozens of crit stars consistently on every turn, and while her face card damage can be poor given her class and low attack, Jacques does have some power in her Noble Phantasm due to her myriad of different damage buffs, so she can clear waves. And on that note, she can also function as a Scotty looper for 3-turn farming if you want to go that route. Now I haven't tested her Scotty farming extensively, so I'm not sure how consistent it is, but given the fact that she does have a 50% NP battery of her own, she should at the bare minimum be able to 3-turn with Scotty if you're using a Maximum Broken K-Scope and Battlesuit, although that might not matter much in the age of Castoria and Vich. But that does bring up my major concern with Jacques, namely that she doesn't feel necessary in the current meta. She can do a little bit of everything, and she can even do some things extremely well, so she's by no means bad, but given how many alternatives to her exist in any given situation, and the fact that as a foreigner she is in an awkward class offensively, she just doesn't feel as strong as she looks on paper. Additionally, Jacques can be a little bit awkward to use, specifically her curse damage, because while her third skill does give her a big damage boost against cursed enemies, her Noble Phantasm only curses enemies after damage is dealt, which means that your Noble Phantasm won't benefit from the bonus damage unless you can apply curse through some other means, like with command codes, very similar to Yang's burn mechanic, and that can make farming with Jacques very inconvenient. But thankfully, as I mentioned, Jacques' best strength is her versatility, and that means that she can fit comfortably into just about any team comp. Her buffs are not tied to any specific card type, so she can work with Buster, Art, and Quick Servants alike. However, as a quick servant herself, I did find her best used when she's used alongside other quick servants, specifically ones who can also buff her quick damage or who benefit from crit stars and NP charge, like Atlante and Atlante Alter, Saber Okita Alter, and Ku Prototype. Of course, Scotty is also best for Jacques if you want to use her more offensively, as is Van Gogh if you want to go for the full meme curse build, since they do synergize extraordinarily well. Curses are the name of the game with Jacques, so I also recommend recommend giving her any command code that applies curse on hit so that she can better utilize her bonus damage. As for craft essences, the typical quick buffing CEs like Traces of Christmas and Imaginary Around are best. Or you can go for 20-30 if you're doing a more supportive build. So is Jacques worth the roll? Well, if you like her design, and judging by the internet a lot of you do, then don't let me stop you. She is absolutely a strong all-rounder with good utility, so you can definitely get good use out of her. But for most people, I would suggest skipping her. She doesn't revolutionize the game in any way, and while she is a good all-rounder, there are plenty of better ones out there. We also have a Christmas event coming up, as well as another event in December, as well as the New Year's banner on top of that, which almost always has strong limited servants, so there really isn't any reason to spend your quartz now. Save them for those upcoming banners, which will likely feature much better servants. And those are my initial thoughts on Jacques. I may have sounded a bit harsh on her, but I do think that she is a good servant. She's more a victim of her release time than anything else. When you're releasing in between what is arguably the best set of summer banners that we've ever had, and what is likely to be a stacked fall season, just being good isn't good enough. But I am curious to know what you all think, so let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing if you really enjoyed the video. Join the party over at our Discord, chill with us on Twitch, and follow us on Twitter. And I'll see you all in the next First Impressions video. Soberoni out. Later.